I'm Allan Livingston. I'm the product manager of checkout in EMEA. So users use checkout in a variety of different ways. I mean, the key goal is to reduce friction in e-commerce. And so when you look at all the different and varied ways that e-commerce occurs, there's no one rule. But one of the things is that user needs are reasonably consistent across different channels and different ways of buying things. It's basically they want something that's secure and fast and easy. And so that's the key thing to look at. And then the other important part to look at is look at the whole picture, not to just look at just the purchase experience, but look at the entire picture right from start to finish. How does the user start their shopping and how do they then finish? And right through to the end is the important part to look at. One of the key things that we focus on at Google is innovation. And so being able to innovate and encouraging both the employees to come up with ideas and then also to try to develop those ideas fully and then give them to users. And I think that's the key element that we've really put right into our culture. And so that's one of the key things that Google's based on is the idea of accelerating innovation and making sure that any innovation that occurs can then be brought forward. It's important that people don't look at things from a top-down nature as innovation only comes from various leaders in the company. Innovation can come from anyone with an interesting idea. And that's what we pride ourselves on at Google, and we think that other companies that adopt an innovative culture can do well in an innovative climate. I think it's encourage innovation, and I wouldn't pretend to know the details of the financial industry certainly to the level that all the other panelists that we had here today know, and to deal with all the different issues that they encounter. But I think the key thing is to really focus in on innovation, and that means letting go of other sort of sacred cows that you've got, and also having an organization where you are open to innovation, and meaning that you can take innovation from anywhere and that it's not top down. And I think that would just be, it's more of a cultural thing, because when you look at companies, how they perform or how they don't perform over time, it's really more about the culture and how you can bring the best out of the employees, and that's really what we would focus on. There are obviously regulations are there, legacy systems are there, but so that's there, and then you've got to deal with that. But you then also see new players are entering all the time. They have to deal with regulations, and they're able to do so. And legacy systems, if they're a sunk cost, you should view them as that. And then you should look at really, well, I mean, we've got the system that's here, but what happens if we were to build a new system to go after a new market if we needed to? Or is there something we can do to these systems? So I think that that part of that is true, and then I think another part is basically maybe a justification for why we're not going to go and try different things. So I think, but I mean, we do see innovation. You've seen that here at the conference. Obviously, everyone's got all new ideas, and a lot of the financial institutions are interested in trying new things, whether they be things that they develop themselves or through partnerships. And we should also remember that innovation in the financial industry is different than innovation in consumer electronics, for example. And there are more regulations, as you said, and people do have different attitudes to how they deal with their money versus possibly a gadget that they buy down at the electronics store. And so we should remember that. And so innovation may occur at a more measured pace, but it's important that it is occurring.